Hello. Hi Sue. Hi Star and Kirsty. Hello, hello, hello. Hi Nat. How is everybody? Hello. Is it pouring, Sandra? Oh, bless you. And hello. I'm fine, thank you, Tanya. How are you? Hi Michelle. Hi Dawn. Oh, I've got hiccups. Sorry. I just literally downed my cup of tea. Oh, I think I've given myself hiccups. Hi, Michelle, Emma. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Judith, and thank you as well. Hello, hello, hello. It is Sunday. Whoop, whoop. Things have changed. Well, how does this? Sorry. If I don't, hang on. There we go. If I don't put something on my lips, they go really, really sore. So it's just best if I combat it from the start. Okay, baby wipes. Perfect. Hello. I'm still setting up the office. We're still getting there as fast as I can. I've lost my heart hoop earrings. That in here somewhere. I remember seeing them a couple of days ago. I remember seeing the heart hoop earrings, and then I remember putting them somewhere and thinking, right, I need those to put them somewhere safe. And then that somewhere safe is just, yeah, I'm not sure. So I'll locate them soon. But I wanted to wear them, but no, I've misplaced. They're somewhere in here. But that's only because everything's still so behind me over there. I've still got like a little pile of stuff that I need to carry on sorting through. So I'm sure they'll be in there. Bad tea. Yes, no, he's still, tea's still an option. Oh, don't know what happened then. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, no, I will find the earrings. It won't be long. What I've also lost is my face itchy thing that I normally have. I just tried looking for that a minute ago as well, trying to find it's ready for the live because obviously I always get, and especially if my hair's like this, I get hair, so it's good to have it. But I couldn't find it. So again, I bet that's with the earrings, thinking I need that for the live, and then it's just I'll find it. I will. So today, the distorted noise is back. Possibly, Kelly, turn the sound down slightly, your end. Does that help? There you go. I've just changed that bit slightly on my end. So yeah, blow my hair out of the way, I know. So today we have Dizzy Treasure. The numbers are backwards. That's because when I made the numbers, I completely forgot to mirror them, which just means to flip them round. And I didn't remember until I was like sticking on number like 11. So they are backwards to you guys. So I do apologise for that. But this is on tonight, and we do still have. We're fully booked for today, but this is on the website to book in for other days if you would like to. All oysters are available. Just trying to think, we've got new stock on the website. And if you've emailed during our week off, tomorrow is, I'll get on top of all of that. So please bear with me, but I'm going to get back on track because obviously we've been away for the week. So yeah, don't worry, I will get back to you. I think that's all the updates. I'm just trying to think. Is it an echoey room? I can look into seeing if it's something my end, if it is echoes. I think there's things you can buy to, or things you can put up to help that. Wasn't there yesterday? Let me have one look at. We're just going to have to change views for a moment just so I can try and look to see if it's the other camera. So bear with me a moment. No, it's not that either. Okay, so my end, everything's the same as yesterday. I'm just going through. Okay, hopefully that will sort it out there. Okay, so we're just going to start for the evening and then hopefully we'll go from there. Okay? So, up first, the only thing is I don't know where to put the kitchen. Is the kitchen towel going to be in the way there? No. Perfect. So, up first is Dina Tedham. Dina, are you here? Thank you, Lisa. Oh, I'm going to miss my itchy, I can already tell. Sounds like rain. It's not raining as of yet, although we can hear the rain beautifully when we're in the office. It almost sounds like it's on a tent. So if it does start raining, you'll be, we will have, there's nothing I can do about that noise. Rhonda, bless you. Thank you for the stars. I'm looking for Dina Tedham. Dina, are you here? If you are here, we did have issues with our comments yesterday, so possibly type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if you are, if anyone else sees Dina's comments, please comment on that comment because it will bring it forward so I can see. Trisha, thank you for the stars as well. Yeah, I think it is. If you just turn the volume down slightly, it does go. The only white noise I've got in this room is obviously the computer noise. Again, I can't change that. Kathy, 22-week streak. Bless you. Thank you for the stars. Right, I haven't seen Dina, so we're going to move on. If she does come on, we can add her in again, but it will be to the end of... Oh, hang on. No, wait. Dina, I was just about to move on. Bless you. Perfect. I can see you there. That is perfect. So, Dina, you have 3 openings altogether. What 3 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Thank you, everybody. It has got long again. It needs another cut. Girl, it does. It needs an. Oh, no, I mean, I still do love my long hair. It used to be to the bottom of my back. But yeah, I'm just fancying just a bit shorter hair. Still so it can go up and out the way, but yeah, I am fancying it a bit shorter. Normal, Nunu, and mystery and donate. Okay, so mystery, Nunu, and a normal is this one, and a normal. Okay, so let me get these open. Are there certain colours? Oh, I need some kitchen towel. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? kerfuffled that completely. Look at that. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Saved it. I'll get back into the swing of things shortly. Ooh, right. Okay, so that's a normal, a new, and a mystery. So like I said, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Not happy with the bin there either. We'll find a way. So let's go down. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So you're looking for pale blue, lavender or oil slick. We'll start with your mystery oyster. You have a lighter pop there. And let's have a squidge in here. Oh, actually, I can see a little bit of a peeper there. And you're twinning. You are twinning, my lovely, with your first oyster. There's no more in that one. So we're donating the shells. I'm going to pop them over there. You may hear a rustle when I move the shells over there, just because they're going into a pot with a bag in, just so then that way when I go to clean them, it's easier. So yeah, you may hear a rustle, but the donating shells. Now we've got a different sand pot as well. You have got twinning silver pearls here. Twinning silver pearls to start with. Suzanne, thank you for the stars, my lovely. And then let's open up oyster number 2. There's one side. And the other side. And in here I can see a darker pearl. Let's have a squidge. And there's no more in that one. And if we have a closer look at this one, he looks like he is a darker gunmetal grey. Now he looks like he's slightly two-tonal. Can you see that? So you've got lighter and darker areas as you go around the pearl there. Everything has changed. And then moving on to your last oyster, which is going to be your normal oyster, Dina. Let's get this open as well. Sam, thank you for the stars. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a second time, and you are twinning with rose gold twins. There's no more in that one. So let me just dry these up for you. And if I pop them in the sand, it's like a leaf shape, this sand dish. It's quite a nice shape to hold. So let me get this so it's not as bright. You've got no, we don't need that one on. Okay, so you've got silver twins, rose gold twins, and just there we go, and a dark gunmetal grey. What do you think to these? Astrid, wow, thank you for the stars, my lovely. And Natalie, thank you for the stars as well. Now, Dina, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. Just let me know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So that's going to be completely up to you. what you'd like to do. Okay, so if I pop them on the board, silver twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Silver twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Rose gold twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Rose gold number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. And the two-tonal gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Yes, Leanne, thank you for the stars. Wendy, it's the same camera. What do you think to those, Dina? Do the lobster fittings clip onto the hoop fittings on the charms? What do you mean, my lovely? Because I'm not sure what you mean. I don't think so, no. Oh, fudge sticks. Oh, there you go. That'll be better to see now. Lily, hello. Thank you for watching. I'm just going to bring you back up. Fudge sticks, actually, no, I'll keep you down. Rather than fixed pearl and charm, can you switch them around? Also, can you see a shade of pale blue? To change the pearl on a charm, I don't know if there'll be enough room for the lobster fitting to clip onto it. So no, on a charm there will be. I would say no. You can't change the pearls around. You can have a pearl separate to the charm. So you'd have the charm, and then you'd have the pearl on a hoop or a lobster fitting to place next to it, and then you can swap them around that way, but I wouldn't say you can clip it onto the charm, no. So you'd like to see a lighter blue. Let me have a look for you. I'm just gonna, there we go, if I hold it. I'm just trying to see where the light's coming from. A blue on the crystal pearls. I do, I don't have them next to me though, so if you'd like one of those, you can either let me know if you'd like one, and that's when I can write it down. If you wanted to see the colours, you can have a look on our website, or I can send you photos in an email, but I don't have them next to me right now. With the crystal pearls, I have a iridescent light blue. I think that's all I've got in the light blue shade, if that's the one you would like. You need one close to a sky blue. I'd say the one I've shown you there is as close to sky blue. Unless you want to start going brighter, that's the most lightest blue I've got, if that makes sense. It is my lighting, yes, but if I suppose I could try change. Ooh. Hang on. Oh no. Look what I did. I broke it. Oh no. The lighting's off. Oh. Now we're extra dark. It's not. How about now? Now the lighting's off. Let's go down. Oh no, I think it's just where the screen's showing, to be honest. Yeah, it's this light here, isn't it? There we go. Oops. Oh, I need Aaron. Okay. What do you think, Dina? Would you prefer to email me? Would you prefer to email me with which ones you'd like where? Have I broke the light and that light needs to be moved? Would you mind helping?
What did you do?
I was trying to edit it and it just came off. I think it just twists back on. Keep the two-tone gunmetal grey for the broomstick. Let me write this down as we go. Yep. Swap a silver for a apple green. You're having a light show at the moment, guys. Aaron's trying to fix the light for me. So that's this apple green I've added in there. So the silver I've taken away at the bottom, and there's the apple green there. And then you're going to email me with the rest. So let me just bring you back up. When you email me, if you could include your 5-digit order invoice number, and then I can get that all down for you with which colours you'd like where, if that's okay. Is it broke? Okay, so Dina, that's safe on there. Thank you for the donations of your shells, and that's safe up there for you. Have I broke it? Oh no. Apple green to go on a normal hoop, what email the rest? So let me have a look. Okay, so I'll invoice you for the apple green on a normal hoop, that's not a problem. However, I won't invoice you it until I've received your email of what other colours are going where, if that's okay. But the invoice will go across to the, careful, email address that's on the order form. What are you doing? No, what are you doing? Why are you moving everything? It's that one that needs to be moved. That one's making all the piles way too bright.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to try and carry on. It is, watch my squash.
I'm not touching your squash. I'll reattach this.
No, not a problem. Oh, it's blinding. Oh yeah, and the thing that was in it fell down there. Right, up next today is Gemma Wallace. Gemma, are you here? Gemma, you would love a oil slick or a sea green, and your son Elliot would love a purple. So whatever oysters I pick, can we keep one shell and donate the others? Of course you can. So you've got 3 openings altogether, and we're looking for oil slick, sea green, or purple. So the oil slick and sea green, I would definitely say go for the mystery or the Nunu rainbow bag. And the purple, if you would like a light shade of purple, expand the rainbow, dark shade of purple, Nunu rainbow, or they'll both be in the mystery bag. So it's up to you, Gemma, of which ones you'd like. So oil slick and sea green, Nunu or mystery, and the purple, any of the bags depending on the shade that you're hoping for. Does that make sense? If so, which one would you like? Sorry, Aaron is just ruining everything. I'm joking.
I came here to fix.
You're helping, you're helping.
Right, where do you want this?
I'd like that. So, all mystery. Where was this? All mystery, okay. You've forgot a piece.
I want to take that piece off to get it to attach.
So you,
Yes, I'll worry about that later.
so it's missing a piece. Okay, would you mind to move one of these
Where's it going?
down?
This one.
Yeah, both of them, and that one. Yeah. I'm just seeing bright lights. I'm so sorry. Right. Gemma, my lovely, and Elliot. All mystery, 3 openings altogether. I think we were going. Let's get the mystery first. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get them open. Yeah, I think that's gonna. I'm really dark now, but it's gonna have to do, I think, and because. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, we'll try that. Don't go anywhere for a minute. Now let's go down and see what we have here, guys. Sorry for the teething problems. So let's go down, and mystery oyster number 1. We have a deeper pop there. And in your first oyster, you are quadding. 1, 2, runaways, 3, and 4. You are quadding. And there's no more in that one. Now you'd like to keep 1 shell, was it? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so if I dry these up for you, and let's have a closer look. You have a blush pink, a dark silver, a chocolate. Oh, it is. It's a mix between a sea green and a sea blue. I don't think it's that light. No, it's that one. Sorry, Aaron's just gonna... Don't move that one back. I think it's the screen then. I think that's the best we're gonna get. It's just the pink. Love those. So sea greeny blue, chocolate silver, and blush pink. Moving on to oyster number 2. We have a light pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And in here, you are twinning. And you are twinning with icy blue twins. There's no more in that one. Now with these icy blues, they're definitely two-tonal, and you've got one blue which is lighter than the other. So again, I'm just going to show you the pearls individually. So you've got the lighter and darker areas there. Move that pink back. And then number 2 again is darker than the other one, but lighter and darker areas. If I hold it there, we can see the colours, can't we? Anne, thank you for the stars, my lovely. And then moving on to your last oyster, Gemma. We have quite a nice sharp pop there again. Teepees. And in here, let's have a squid in here. And you have a sunshine yellow. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so Gemma, what do you think to these? Let me hold them up for you so you can have a closer look. If I just turn this light off, let me just see if that's going to work. Okay, so you've got a sea greeny blue, a chocolate, a dark silver and a blush pink, a sunshine yellow, a icy blue, and then a slightly brighter blue as well. Oh. Yeah, I've shaded all light there. If I pop them down, is that better? Swap the chocolate for a darker purple, of course you can. And let me know if that purple's too dark or if that's not dark enough. and the lighter blue for a black. Ooh. If I pop them on the board for you, the sea greeny blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The dark purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The dark silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The sunshine yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The black we've swapped in is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. So purple and black on the earrings, sea greeny blue on there, and invoice for hoop fitting on the rest of the pearls. That's not a problem, I've got that down for you. Oh. It's gonna have to do for today. Gemma, I hope you're happy with that. The invoice for that will get sent through tomorrow and it will go to the email address that's on the order form, okay? Thank you for the donations with your shells, and then we've kept some of your shells for you as well. Let me pop these on here, then I'm just going to wrap up your shells for you. I'm glad you and your son are happy with those, my lovely. You're very welcome from me. I'm sorry for the teething issues. They will be sorted. I thought I'd sorted it earlier. I did a test earlier, but obviously with the lighting change, I thought I sorted it, but we'll get there. But I'm glad you're happy with that, my lovely. So I've wrapped those up, and that's all safe over there for you. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, and up next then is I'm looking for Chrissy Hardesty. Chrissy Hardesty, are you here? Chrissy, hello. Can we have 2 mystery, 1 expand and donate? You can. I have a little message. It says, happy birthday, Nell. Love you to the moon and back. All my love, Grandma. So I'll say that again. Happy birthday, Nell. Love you to the moon and back. All my love, Grandma. So you'd like 2 mystery, 1 expand, and you'd like to donate your shells. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So you'll expand the rainbow oyster and 2 mystery. let me get these open for you. Okay, so let's go down. I'm going to try it with the light on for a minute and see what happens. You're hoping for very, very bright sunshine yellow. Okay, so we'll start with your mystery oyster. We've got quite a nice deep pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. I can see straight away, however, that you are twinning. You have 1 and 2. You are twinning with Blurple twins. And there's no more in that one. So Blurple twins are a mix between a blue and a purple, Chrissy. So I'm just going to pop them in the sand. And if I hold this up so you can have a closer look, there are your Blurple twins. Then moving on to mystery oyster number 2. Quite a nice louder pop there. And there's a little bit of flesh on that side, but you can see there's no pearls there. And I can see a slight peeper in the flesh towards the side here. You have a two-tonal lemon yellow. Now you did say you were hoping for a sunshine yellow. So we have a two-tonal lemon yellow there. Oh, again, the tray's got a lip on it. So the pearls don't get far if they do run off this section. So if I hold this up so you can have a closer look, you can see as we go around there. Thank you, Charlotte. And then moving on to your last oyster, which is your Expand the Rainbow oyster. Thank you, Bab. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have a apple green, and there's no more in that one. Okay, so if I dry this one up as well and pop them in the sand for you. Now, Chrissy, if you're not happy with these, I can swap them, and if you are happy, that's perfect. I'll just need to know which ones you would like where. So you've got your Blurple twins, a lemon. What happened to the light? It was fine a second ago. Lemon yellow and a apple green. If I pop them on the board for you, Blurple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Blurple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5, so that's slightly different sizes there. The apple green's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the lemon yellow's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Can we exchange them? Where did that comment go? There we go. Exchange for 3 sunshine yellow to the jewellery and a sea green. jewellery do we have? Okay, so we need two which are the same size. And then a sea green as well. I'll hold these up for you in just a moment. Okay, can you have a look at those there? Would they be okay? And I'm just going to write down that we'd like the yellows on here. They look good down there. Were those colours okay there for you, Chrissy? Thank you, they're perfect, perfect. Let me bring you back up. I'm just going to take away the swaps there. And then I'll pop all of these in here. Okay, so Chrissy, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. Perfect. And up next today is Belinda Sowerby. Belinda, are you here? Ice lolly spray? What's an ice lolly spray? Belinda, hello. You'd like 3 mystery and you'd like to keep your shells, that's absolutely fine. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So number 1, number 2 and number 3. Let me get these open for you. Like I say, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So let's go down. We have a lighter pop there, and from your first oyster, oh, about to have a runaway. Can you see that there? Marie, thank you for the stars. So I'm going to clean the shells up as we go. First of all, we've got a darker purple popped out there. Just going to have a squidge in here for you. And there's no more in that one. Now I am going to be cleaning the shells as we go, so please bear with me, but then I will dry up the pearls so you can have a closer look as well. Okay, so like I say, your first pearl out is a darker purple. Moving on to oyster number 2, which again is your mystery oyster. Oh, quite a nice softer pop with that one. And in here, I can see a little bit of a peeper towards the side there. You have a chocolate bronze. And there's no more in that one. So again, we're going to be cleaning the shells as we go. Yeah, we have moved locations, but change is not always a bad thing. And I'm the same, if that helps. So you have a chocolate bronze from your second oyster, Belinda. Let me hold him up so you can see. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is a mystery oyster. We have a lighter pop there. And in here, I can see straight away you have 1, 2, and 3. You have triples. And there's no more in that one. You've got 3 pearls in the 1 oyster there. Again, I'm just going to clean the shells up for you, and then I'll go through those colours and we can have a closer look. Okay, so we have a gold, a two-tonal pinkle. So I'm going to show you the two-tonal pinkle, and we've got a darker gunmetal grey. So your two-tonal pinkle is pinkle, but then we have a splash of purple to him as well, if you can see that there. So pinkle already, then a darker splash of purple. So let me pop them in here. What do you think to these? You've got a dark purple, a chocolate bronze, a gold, a darker gunmetal grey, and a two-tonal pinkle. Now, if you're happy with these, Belinda, that's perfect. I'll just need to know which ones you'd like where. And if you prefer to swap them, I can do that for you as well. If I pop them on the board, the dark purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The two-tonal pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. The darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And then the gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the grey, so you're keeping the purple, the pinkle and the gold, or did you mean to swap the gold as well for a hot pink? And swap the gold, not a problem. Oh, if these are going for the jewellery, then let me get some which are the same size. Okay, can you just confirm if you're happy with those ones there? And then it's the pinks on the jewellery. I think with around 15 to 18, Hannah, I think off the top of my head. Please don't hold me to it, but that's possibly correct from memory. Just wrapping up your shells for you. It may even say on the description of the bottle on the website, actually. Yep, perfect, Belinda. I'm glad you're happy with those then. Let me pop them all in here. I've wrapped up your shells as well, so I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. That's safe on there, and then that's up there for you. Perfect. And up next is Julia Gales. Julia, are you here? Okay, thank you, Sophie. Julia, hello, hello, hello. Julia, you have 4 openings altogether. Which 4 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? We do, Kathy, yes. Oh, bless you, Tara. Thank you for counting there. Thank you, Jane. So, Julia, 4 openings altogether. What 4 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? I'll pop it in the description though, Hannah. I thought it was, but I'll pop it. I'll do a test and put an average in the description as well. You wanted your 3 friends to pick one each. Do you mind first? Misty and Jonay. That's fine, Julia. It's just I don't have the names or anything, so I didn't realise that's the way you wanted to do it, but that's absolutely fine. So your one first, mystery and donate. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So mystery oyster, let's get him open. And let's go down. So Julia, this one is your oyster. So mystery donating the shells. We have quite a nice lighter pop there. No, we can do it that way, Julia, not a problem. Just let me know each person I'm looking for as it comes up to their turn. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see straight away 1, 2, and 3 pearls there. 1, 2, 3, and let me just have a squidge in here. And there's no more in that one. Julia, you have triples. You have got 3 pearls in the one oyster there. Let me pop them in the sand. You've got a dark purple, a blush pink, and a two-tonal lemon yellow. Now it's two-tonal because, can you see that? It goes from lemon to almost orange tones and then back to lemon. Purple, blush pink, and two-tonal lemon yellow. Okay, so if I pop these on the board for you, Julia, your two-tonal yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the dark purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. Now, Julia, are you happy with these colours? If so, which one would you like on the jewellery? And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Blush pink on the jewellery, and up next is Gaynor Neal. Perfect. Bear with me just a second. I'm just making the name labels for your pearls. So you would like the pink on the jewellery, and let me bring you back up. So it's just in that way I can name label each of your pearls so we know whose is whose. Okay, so then Gaynor Neal, are you here? Oh, swap lemon for TARDIS blue, of course. Sorry, Julia. So there's the lemon. Swapping him for a TARDIS blue. If you can see that now. Okay. They are yours. And Gaynor, hello. So mystery and keep the shells for you, not a problem. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So your mystery oyster, let's get him open. And let's go down. So in here, you've got quite a nice sharp pop there. And I can see a little bit of a peeper. If I turn this round, can you see that in there? Let me have a squidge. You have a darker silver pearl. And there's no more in that one. So Gaynor, you have a darker silver pearl. Now I'm just going to clean up the shells and then I'll dry that pearl off and hold him up so you can have a closer look. Now if you're happy with this pearl, that's perfect. And if you're not happy, I can swap him for you. So it's going to be completely up to you what you would like to do. So if I hold him up so you can have a closer look, it's almost like a chocolatey silver. And if I pop him on the board for you, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. What makes you say that, Sarah? Swap for, oh, nearly dropped the sand. Swap for a TARDIS blue. Of course you can. Just confirm if you're happy with this blue here for me. Looks purple there, but it is definitely blue. Let me just double check that. No, yeah, he's definitely TARDIS blue. And I'm just going to bring you back up. It did on the camera, Kelly, yeah, which is why I double checked. But no, it's definitely the TARDIS blue there. Okay, perfect. So, Gaynor, my lovely, I hope you're happy with that one. I was just waiting for confirmation. I'm just wrapping up your shells as well. Okay. And up next, oh, thank you for the names there, Julia. Up next is Suzanne Guy. Suzanne Guy, are you here? You're not a pain at all. Not a pain at all. It's absolutely fine. I've got all the names now, and like I say, I'm labelling everyone's pearls so we know whose is whose, and writing down which ones you guys will like on the jewellery. So it's all sorted, Julia. It's not a pain at all. Suzanne Guy, are you here? Happy with that, Gaynor? Perfect. Suzanne, can you have mystery and keep the shells? Of course you can. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So your mystery oyster. And let's go down. Okay, so we have a softer pop there. Ooh. Slightly, there we go. Now there's a little bit of flesh on this side, but we can see there's no pearls there. I can, however, see 1 and 2 pearls there, 1 and 2, and let me just have a squid and 3. You're hoping for dark olive green. Okay, there's no more in that one. You have triples. You've got 3 pearls in the 1 oyster there, my lovely. Now I'm just taking the flesh off here for you, and then I'll, oh, flying pearls. Don't worry, it's still on the tray. Oh, I was going to show you, but okay. So we have a apple green, a lemon yellow, and a autumn peach. If I pop them in the sand for you, what do you think to these, my lovely? And if you're happy with these colours, which one would you like on your jewellery? If you're not happy though, I can swap them for you. So you've got lemon yellow, autumn peach, what's going on, and apple green. What do you think, Suzanne, my lovely? Just wrapping up the shells as well for you. Oh, the board. This is it's good in place. Thank you, but yeah, no, I've it's well in place there. Jill, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Keep the apple green and change the 2 for the dark olive green. Perfect. And then I'm just confirm for me. Is it the dark olive green that you'd like on your jewellery? So number 1 and number 2. Oh, look at those. I know the apple green's quite bright with the light. What happens if I put them at the bottom? Nope, still bright. What happens if I go sideways? And let me bring you back up. Like I say, if you could just confirm for me, is it the olive green that you'd like on the jewellery? Oh, okay, Suzanne, sorry. Yes, that would help because that does move. Okay, so wet kitchen towel. I can try that for the next live, definitely. Dark olive on the jewellery. Perfect. Suzanne, I hope you're happy with that then. And up next is Belinda Sowerby. Belinda, are you here? Fourth and last opening, Belinda, your good friend. Oh, bless you. Mystery and Keep. Looking for hot pink to match your jewellery. Okay, so fingers crossed for a hot pink, Belinda. Let me get, oh, they're the wrong scissors. Let me get this open for you. And let's go down. Your mystery oyster. We have a soft pop there. Ooh, and in here you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You are quadding. And there's no more in that one. You are quadding, my lovely, with your mystery oyster. The colours that have come out is a sea green, a blush pink, a light chocolate, and what looks to be a darker gunmetal grey, possibly got some chocolates in here as well. So a lighter and a darker chocolate there. Okay, so let me just dry these up for you and pop them in the sand. Belinda, you are hoping for that hot pink. So if you're not happy with any of these, I can swap one or all of them for you. And then just let me know which one you'd like on the jewellery as well. So you've got lighter and darker chocolatey silvers, a sea green and a blush pink. Then let's pop them on the board as well. So the darker of the two chocolates is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The lighter silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5, and the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. I'm just wrapping up your shells as well, Belinda. Oh, bless you, Katie. Not long now. Can we swap the chocolate for a red suitable to go in Ladybird Cage pendant? Of course you can. The lighter or the darker chocolate? Yeah, the light broke. Oh, yeah, that was great. The green for a hot pink to go on your jewellery, not a problem. Let me just write that down. So we're going to have the hot pink on there. And I'm just going to hold that up as well so you can just see the colours. And I hope that, okay, did I measure them? I can't remember. The blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He is an 8, sorry. The red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And the chocolate's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Let me bring you back up. And yeah, we are quite dark when I go down, but if I turn this light on, I can't reach it to turn it off. Go down. Oh, bless you, Belinda. Okay, so I've got all of your colour choices down here, and I've got your shells all wrapped up individually as well. So Julia, Gaynor, Suzanne and Belinda, I hope you will all be happy with everything once it arrives. Let me pop those on there. And then that's all up there for you as well. No, Belinda, you're very, very welcome. Okay. Thank you, guys. And up next then is Jen Curry. Jen, are you here? Yeah, no, he's close to hand. He's not far. Oh, Jen, I'm ever so sorry. You do have your name here for me. No, this is my natural hair colour. It might be dark with the lighting. Can you have a new oyster? You can. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, it happens again. Okay, so the one that I pulled out or the one that jumped out, which one would you like? A little bit of a size difference there. So the one that I pulled out is larger, and the one that jumped out, which one would you like? No, the number wheel's been here for a while. I just changed what's on the face of the wheel. So the numbers are new on the wheel. Before we had letters on it for the spin. Donate the shells. Perfect. The one that I pulled out or the one that jumped out, which one would you like? Pulled out. Perfect. So is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So let's go down. Your new rainbow oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here, I can see that you are twinning. And it looks like you're twinning with black cherry twins there. And there's no more in that one. Twinning with black cherry twins. Let me dry them up for you. And if I pop them in the sun as well. Jen, what do you think to these? Let me hold them up so you can have a closer look. And then if I pop them on the board as well, black cherry number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then black cherry number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So I'm measuring at slightly different sizes there as well. Watermelon and a light purple. You can indeed. Ooh, butterfingers today. Watermelon, and let me see if I've got a light purple for you. I do. Okay, can you just have a look at these here and just confirm if you're happy with those colours? I'm just going to take the black cherries away here. And let me bring you back up again. Excuse the rustling for a moment. Sorry for the rustling then. Were those colour swaps okay? Change the camera, Emma Rose. Perfect. Okay, sorry, I didn't see the comment come through there, Jen. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you're happy with those colours. Thank you very much for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Up next is Amy Hullen. Amy, are you here? Amy, hello. Okay, so mystery and donate your shells. You've got one opening altogether. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for, Amy? So let's go down. Your mystery oyster. We've got quite a nice sharp pop there. And in here, no pearls on that side. If I turn this around, Amy, I can see straight away that you are quadding. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You are quadding, my lovely. You've got 4 pearls in the one oyster there. There's no more in that one. Now, if I dry these up for you, we can have a closer look at the colours. Oh, you've got some two-tonal colours here. So you've got a watermelon to start with, more watermelon coral almost. You've got a darker Pepsi going on to the TARDIS blue. You then have a two-tonal pinkle and purple. Can you see that, how it changes? So pinkle here and then purple there, and then You've got it again, actually. You've got another pinkle and purple. Hopefully you can see that colour change as we go around. Love it. Amy, though, what do you think to these? Are you happy with those colours? If so, which ones would you like where? And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. If we pop them on the board for you, the corally watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The dark Pepsi blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. Two-tonal pinkle and purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And two-tonal pinkle and purple pearl number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's also a 7.5. What do you think to those? Happy all on the bracelet, not a problem. Okay, so I will send an invoice, let me bring you back up, for, no, there we go, for the additional pearls on that bracelet there. So the invoice will get sent through tomorrow for you, and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. Okay, Amy. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there as well. And up next is Leslie Upex. Leslie, are you here? Just realised I haven't printed off the Disney Treasure prizes. Oops. I'm looking for Leslie Upex. Leslie. Oh, Leslie, hello, 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 hello. Leslie, you've got 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Cool. Thank you, Sophie. I just thought it's best to have them in front of me, so I'm not swapping screens all the time, otherwise I'll get myself lost. Expand the rainbow and a mystery. Keep the mystery shell. Okay, so mystery and a expand the rainbow. Keeping the mystery shell. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for, my lovely? Let me get these open for you. So there's 1 and 2. And let's go down. So your mystery oyster. Thank you, Bab. We have a lighter pop there. Thank you, Bab. And in your first oyster, 1 runaway, but I can still see 2, 3, and 4. You are quadding. Your little girl would love pinks. Well, you've definitely got a blush pink there in your first oyster, which is a quadding oyster. There's no more in that one, and because you'd like to keep these shells, please just bear with me a moment while I take the flesh off here, then we'll have a closer look at those colours for you, okay? Similar colours to what we've had earlier actually regarding the quadding oyster colours. Oh, forgot the flesh. Right, let me just dry these up for you. And we have a dark silvery purple, a gold, a blush pink and a sea green. So two-tonal silver purple, a gold, blush pink and a sea green. It is Samantha. And then moving on to your expand the rainbow oyster, my lovely. There's one side and the other side. Ooh, and in here you have a candy floss pink. So another pink there, and that's a candy floss pink. Yep, the Dizzy Treasure is definitely on today. We've got a few people on today who's got a Dizzy Treasure. Leslie, what do you think to these colours? Two-tonal silver and purple, gold, blush pink, sea green and a candy floss pink. Now, if you're happy with those, that's perfect. If you're not happy, do let me know and I can swap them for you. The sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7. Oh, sorry, he is a 7.5. The blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's also a 7.5. The gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the two-tonal silver and purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's not a 7. He's a 7.5. The candy floss pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. It's a 7.5 opening. Leslie, what do you think to those? Just wrapping up your shells for you. It's because of the colour of them, Fiona. Yeah. All perfect. Your daughter will absolutely love them all. She says thank you. No, you're very, very welcome. Perfect. Let me bring you back up. I'm glad you're both happy with those then. Let me pop them in here for you. Thank you for the donations of your shells with the Expand the Rainbow shell, and I've wrapped up the mystery shell for you. So I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. I'm going to try and put a baby wipe under this tray to see if that stops it. No. What if I put a piece of folded kitchen towel on with a baby wipe in between it, because that'll make it wet. Ooh, we'll we'll see if that works. Right, up next is Kathy Anderson. Kathy Anderson, are you here? No, I do have windows. I've just got them closed at the moment. An IKEA slip. Well, I've put a, I mean, it's still slipping, but it's not as bad as it was. Okay, so I'm looking for Kathy Anderson. Kathy, are you here? Can you? I'll definitely look into it because, yeah, I don't want it slipping everywhere. But I'll try a proper wet piece of, I don't think one baby wipe was enough. I do have, no, it's fine. We'll stick with this and then it's just as we go, learning curve. Okay, so last call for Kathy. If not, we'll move on. Kathy, if you are here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. If anybody else sees Kathy, please comment on her comments because it will bring it forward so I can see. Okay, so up next then is Marlene. Is it Marlene Galanti? I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, I do apologise. Marlene Galanti, are you here? Marlene Galanti. Again, Marlene, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It'll bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anyone else sees Marlene's comment, oh, Marlene, I can see you. Hello. Can we have Mystery Oyster and donate the shells? Looking for pinks and blues. Okay, so you do have two mystery or two openings. So two mystery oysters, 1 and 2, and then we also have a 4 pearl oyster as well. So let me get all of these open. So 2 mystery oysters and a 4 pearl oyster. Let me get these open. Hoping for pinks and blues. Perfect. So let's go down. We're going to start with mystery oyster number 1. We have a lighter, softer pop there. And straight away in here, there's your mother of pearl. I can see that we have a darker purple there. And you have a darker purple. I'm just having a squidge around. And there's no more in that one. So your first oyster has given you a darker purple. Then moving on to Mystery Oyster number 2. Oh, quite a nice pop with that one. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can actually see that you have got 1 and 2 and 3. You have triples. Marlene, you have got 3 pearls and the 1 oyster there. You have triples, my lovely. Now let me dry these up for you. You have a lemon yellow, a apple green, and a nice brighter autumn peach. So I just pop those in there for you. And then moving on to your last oyster, which is your 4 pearl quadding oyster. Ooh. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are quadding 1, 2, 3 and 4. There's no more in that one. Okay, so let me dry these up for you as well. And if I pop them all in the sand for you, Marlene, what do you think to these colours? If you're happy, I'll need to know which ones you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So out of the quadding oyster, you've got a lemon yellow, a watermelon, a coral and a apple green. So from the top, you've got the dark purple, middle row, apple green, lemon yellow, autumn peach, bottom row, lemon yellow, watermelon, coral and a apple green. Okay, so if I pop them on the board for you, your dark purple is a runaway. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Autumn Peach number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Lemon Yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And your Apple Green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5 as well. Your Quadding Oyster Apple Green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. The Coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The Watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. And the Yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Can we swap the 2 yellows for medium pink colour? We can. And is it the pinks that you'd like on the jewellery? I've gone for a candy floss pink here because I would say that this is the sort of pink that's in the middle of our pink range. I'm just finding 2 which are the same size. There we go. Pinks and jewellery, perfect. Can you just confirm, are you happy with those pinks there? Oh, swap the watermelon to a light purple as well. That's apps. Oh no, that's a different comment. I don't know where that one came from. Okay, let me bring you back up again. So, pinks on the jewellery. I hope you're happy with all of those then, Marlene. I'm just popping them in here, and then let me write down that you'd like the pinks on there. And pop this on here. Thank you very, very much for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe over there for you. I don't know, Samantha. I don't know. Okay, so up next then is Kirsty Swimborn. Kirsty, are you here? Kirsty, hello. Can you have mystery donate the shells? Hoping for black cherries for the earrings, watermelon for the ring. I also did it on. Sorry. I also emailed for a loyalty card oyster to be added. Let me have a little look for you. Okay, that's absolutely not a problem. We'll add that on now. So, Kirsty, that means you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 openings altogether. Mystery oysters, donate the shells, hoping for black cherries and watermelon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me get these open for you. One, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1, Kirsty. Oh, tough one there. I think we've got a softer pop and opening and brighter colours. You've got your watermelon that you was hoping for. There's no pearls in there. Kirsty, you are quadding. I can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 pearls in your first oyster there. So starting off with a quadding oyster, which is pretty cool. Let me dry these up and I'll pop them in the sand for you. You've got a sea green, a watermelon, a blush pink, and a dark gunmetal grey. And then moving on to mystery oyster number 2. Again, quite a softer pop there. Oh, opened up straight down then. And we have, there's your mother of pearl, a chocolate bronze straight at the bottom there. Let's pop that out. And then let me have a squidge in here for you. And there's no more in that one. Let me dry him up. And here is your chocolate bronze. Moving on to mystery oyster number 3. Ooh, lighter double pop there. And a pearl right at the bottom again. There's your mother of pearl. We have a light apple green that's popped out there. And let me have a squidge in here. Okay, so there's no more in that one. And here is your lighter apple green. And then Kirsty, moving on to your last oyster, which again is your mystery oyster. Ooh, deep pop with that one. And there's your mother of pearl. And in here, you have 1, 2, and 3. You have triples. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so let me dry these up for you. So quadding, triples and twins. You've got a bright hot pink, a pinkle and a sea green. Kirsty, what do you think to all of these, my lovely? If I go from the top, you've got a sea green, a watermelon, a blush pink and a dark gunmetal grey. Middle row, you've got a chocolate bronze and an apple green. And then, no, these were 2 single pearls. They weren't twins. I'm ever so sorry. It's because I popped them next to each other. And then the bottom row, you've got a hot pink, a pinkle and a sea green. If I pop them on the board for you, top row sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. The apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Sea green on the bottom row is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Hot pink and pinkle, you'd like to swap for black toe for the earrings, and then the watermelon on the ring. That's absolutely fine. Again, I'm just finding 2 which are the same size for you. And then I'll write that down as well. So just confirm for me if you're happy with those there. So black cherries, if I just cover the light so you can see. Black cherry on the earring, watermelon on the ring. Just confirm for me if they're okay for you. Just going to bring you back up. They're perfect, perfect. Thank you, Nikki, for bringing that forward for me. Kirsty, then, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, up next is Caroline Rensberg. Caroline, are you here? I've got a yet. So the light I'm using, it isn't the actual light, it's a light on the desk. And I do have a yellow slotted in a covering for it, but I'll have to dig it out, so I won't be able to get it now. I am going to see if I can get my umbrella light out and see if I can set that up tomorrow and see if that's any good, any better. It's like an actual photography light with the umbrellas and stuff. So I'll have a play around with it. Like I said, I played around with it earlier and it was all fine. I broke the light at the start of the live, and then this one wasn't set up. Though I've got one on here which I didn't plan to have on. So yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone funny tonight, but I will definitely have another play tomorrow, and probably do a little live at night, possibly the Squidgy Pops, just to check lighting and stuff in there. I've got the green beat necklace, which is a green heart with a green pearl on him. Tanya, thank you for the stars. Exactly, Samantha. That song is going to be in my head now. I don't know if you can be able to see. Caroline Rensberg, are you here? Caroline, hello. So, Caroline, we'll do your normal oyster opening first, if that's okay. So you've got one opening there. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate those shells? Have you? We've just had on and off like spits of rain today. They haven't been too bad. Mystery donate, looking for a silver. Okay. So for your mystery oyster, let's go down. So we have a softer pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And in here you have one runaway, two runaways, 3 and 4. You are quadding, Caroline. Quadding with your mystery oyster here. And there's no more in that one. So let me just go through these colours for you, and then you can let me know what you think. I know you was hoping for a silver, but let me show you these ones and you can let me know. So we've got a light purple, a lighter coral, a blush pink, and a Pepsi blue. So coral, light purple, blush pink, and a Pepsi blue. Let me pop them on the board for you. So the coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Swap the blush pink for a silver. Of course you can. Oh no, that's the Oh, that lid was not on properly. Good job I grabbed it by the pot and not the lid. Oh, that could be in trouble. So there's the silver there, if you're okay with that one. And let me bring you back up. And then, Caroline, you also have a 25 pearl oyster. With your 25 pearl oyster, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And is there certain colours that you're hoping for here? So 25 pearl oyster. Let me get him open as well. See, I keep my bedroom window open, Samantha, but we have the not fly nets. It's like a thin net that you put on with Velcro, and it's to stop bugs and spiders and flies coming in, and it works. I can't sleep if there's a bug in my room, but no, it works. So yeah, and they're quite, I can't remember the price, but I think it's under £10. Yeah, it means we can have the window open. Keep the shells and we'll see what comes out. Okay, so Caroline, let's go down for your 25 pearl oyster. We have a softer pop there. Okay, so see a few peepers in there. Let's see if we can get him open. I'll clean that up for you in just a moment. So you can see lots of pearls in and around the flesh there. Let's have a squidge. I'm just going to pop that one out. Oh, there we go. Let's have a squidge. Oh, there's one I can feel. Oh, two. And another one. Okay, I believe that is all of them. So let me just count these up for you before I clean the flesh off there. So we've got, oh wow, oh that's exciting. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Perfect. So I'm just going to take the flesh off here for you and then I'll go through your pearls. Okay, so Caroline, what's going to happen is I'm going to dry the pearls up for you And then we're going to pop them in the sand, darkest towards the top, lightest towards the bottom. I'll then go through all of the colours for you. I normally measure the largest and the smallest. However, if you'd like me to measure them all, or if there's certain colours you'd like me to measure, I can do that as well. And then, of course, if you'd like to swap any, you can take a screenshot if you prefer to, and then you can email me with your colour choices. Or if you know now, we can do that as well. So that's going to be completely up to you what you would like to do. Okay, so this is the first time this sand dish has been used for a 25 pearl oyster. Now technically this sand dish is definitely larger than the normal one I use. So hopefully it can fit. I mean, I'm spreading them quite. I might have to move them up. I'm running out of room. Oops. Okay, lesson learnt. Start at the top. Hello.
Okay.
No, let me finish that tea. Did you bring more tea? You did. Thank you, Baba. I've just got a couple of sips left in this one. Don't waste it. Let me drink it. Okay, so there we go. Lesson learned. Fit more pearls in at the top. So let me just finish this tea for Aaron, bless him. No, why don't you say hello?
Hi there.
Okay, literally that's it, yeah.
You said say hello.
Thank you for the tea, darling. Okay, so Caroline, I apologise for that then. So if we go through all of these colours for you, hang on, if I just move my hand to there, if you'd like to take a screenshot, you can do so. And then I'll go through all of them for you. And let me know what you'd like me to do regarding measuring them, okay? So pearl number 1 is a darker silver. Next to him, you've got a lighter silver, then an even darker silver. You have a darker gunmetal grey. And then you have a oil slick. Now hopefully you can see this here. As you go round, you've got the purple, the green and the blue and the silver. If I hold it back a bit, that might help. So you've got a beautiful oil slick there. You then have a chocolate bronze and another silvery chocolate. So you can see silver here. We move round to the chocolate. So two-tonal silver and chocolate. You then have a silvery coloured pearl all over there. You've got a grape purple and another chocolate bronze, slightly lighter than the first one. You've got a black cherry. And then you've got a light sea green, almost going into the sea blue there. Next to him, you've got a Pepsi blue. And then a bright candy floss pink. You have a darker rose gold. And then a coral. You've got a light, oh, let me just hold this out of the, it's like a light, let me hold it out of the light, light silvery blue, if you can see that there, like a silvery sky blue, and then you have a light lavendery purple. You have a icy blue, a apple green, slightly two-tonal apple green, so you can see that it gets slightly lighter and brighter. You then have a coral, a watermelon, a autumn peach, just a bit of black sand there, that will, as I drop it off. You've got a baby pink, a lemon yellow, and last but not least, you've got a blush pink. Caroline, what do you think to those? Are you happy with those? And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you, or if you prefer, you can email me your choices. So if I measure the largest and the smallest for you, the visually smallest, we're going to go with the watermelon to start with. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the coral's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Hi Neil. We then have the silver at the start. This is the lighter of the silvers. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So smallest is a 7 so far. I don't believe there's a smaller one than that. So then we've got an 8.5. We're going to measure the darker gunmetal grey. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's also an 8.5. So I'm going to say the smallest is a 7, the largest is an 8.5. Let me bring you back up. Of course, definitely. If I make a note here to check the emails for the colours, that way you can, whenever you're ready, just pop me an email over with the 5-digit order invoice number and then what you'd like to do regarding your colours, and then I can get that sorted for you. Okay, I'm just popping them all in here, and I've wrapped up your, no, I'm going to wrap up your shells as well. I've kept them for you. Okay, perfect. So Caroline then, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the donations of the mystery shells at the start there, and I've kept the 25 pearl shells. And that's all safe up there for you, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. No, you're very, very welcome, my lovely. Out of one live, Rachel, one of our live videos a few years ago now went from 8 p.m. at night all the way through till 4 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know how many out of the whole live we've had. Up next is Donna Barnes. Donna Barnes, are you here? Thank you, admin. Donna Barnes, are you here? Okay, so Donna, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anybody else sees Donna, please comment on that comment and it will bring it forward. First time you've seen me in the office. It's the second live, Neil. It's to be fair, everyone's only seen this section so far. I will show the rest of the office once it's finally sorted. I've got a few more bits over there to sort out. Once it's sorted, I'll do a little tour. But yeah, no, not until it's sorted. Okay, last call for Donna Barnes. If not, we'll move on. Thank you, Nad. Okay, so I haven't... Oh, no, Donna, yeah, I can see you there. Thank you, Grace, for bringing that forward for me. So, Donna, you're here with your son, Dexter. Hello, Dexter, as well. One of the openings is for him for his necklace, and the other two are for you. Can we have all mystery and donate the shells? Of course we can. So, mystery oysters, donate the shells. Dexter and Donna, are there certain colours you're hoping for? 1, 2, and 3. Let me get these open. And let's go down. So, mystery oyster number 1. Oh, quite a nice deep pop there. And in oyster number 1, I can see straight away you are twinning, and you're twinning with hot pink twins there. Let me just have a squidge in here though. Okay, so there's no more in that one. And we are, oh, run away, we are twinning hot pink pearls to start with. Moving on to mystery oyster number 2. Ooh, quite a nice deep pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see that you are twinning for a second time, and twinning with dark purple twins. And there's no more in that one. And if I pop these in the sand as well. So twinning dark purple twins there as well, my lovely. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is a mystery oyster. Ooh, and we have a softer pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. No pearls on that side, but I can see a few pearls there. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You are quadding. You are quadding with your last oyster. Donna and Dexter, 2 sets of twins and a quadding oyster. Let me just dry these up for you, and then we'll pop them in the sand so we can have a close look. Let me know, what do you think to these? We have a sea green, a darker silver, a light coral, and a blush pink. What do you think to these? And if you're happy, which ones would you like where? And of course, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Hot pink twins, dark purple twins, blush pink coral, dark silver, and a sea green. If I pop them on the board for you, pink number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Hot pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Dark purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5, and dark purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's also an 8.5. Your blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The coral's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Dark silver's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the lighter sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a runaway, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Okay, Donna and Dexter, what do you guys think to those? Swap the hot pinks. Sorry, the other comment hasn't come through. You'd like both, we would both like a sea green. So am I swapping both hot pinks for a sea green? Is that correct? If that's not right though, please let me know. Oh, no, sorry, someone's just commented on your comment so I can see. Can we swap hot pink for TARDIS blue and a Pepsi blue and coral for a sea green and the purple for silvers? Right, okay, so let me go through this and have a look. So, swap the blush pink, bring the hot pinks back, for a TARDIS blue. And a Pepsi blue. I might have a lighter blue than that. Let me have a look. I don't know if I've got okay, so 2 hot pinks for 2 blues, and you'd like to swap the coral, which is this one here, for a sea green, which is there, and then you'd like to swap both purples, which is there, for 2 silvers, which are here. Right, I'm just going to hold this up for you, and then if you can just confirm for me if this is correct. So the ones at the bottom, so these 5 here are the ones we're swapping out, and at the top you've got the silvers, the blues, blush pink, 2 sea greens and a dark silver as well. Just confirm for me, is that all correct there? Just going to take away the swaps. They are different colours of sea green. So we've got a bright sea green and a lighter sea green. The lighter one is the one that came out of your oyster. The brighter one is the one I've added in there. I'm just going to bring you back up. Just confirm for me. Are they okay? Are all of those okay before I pop them on? I can see what you mean, but no, it's definitely the sea green there. New Rainbow or Mystery, Amy? Donna, possibly comment on your... Oh, please can we... Sorry, it's not coming through to me today. Please can we put the pale green and the Pepsi blue and the silvery loose for Dexter's necklace? Invoice for mini lobster class on the rest. Okay, hang on, let me write this down. So we're going to have pale sea green. We're going to have Pepsi blue and silver, and then invoice for on the small lobster fittings. Okay, I've got that all down for you, not a problem at all. The invoice for that will get sent through for you tomorrow. It will go to the email address that's on the order form, Donna. Thank you both for the donations with your shells, and I hope you and Dexter will be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, and up next is Ella Hill. Ella, are you here? There is, Samantha, there is. The sea greens, they do come in a range of colours. Just like any of our pearls, they just go through the colour spectrum. You're not going to have all the pearls exactly the same because it is a natural product. Obviously, you will get cut pearls very, very similar, but you're not going to have 100 exactly the same kind of thing. Oh, bless you, Ella. Okay, you sent an email. Let me just double check. I don't have my emails open. Let me just open them again. Bear with me a second, just that way you don't have to confirm it this way. I do apologise because we've been off for a week. I haven't got to my emails, so that is a two-tonal autumn peach with pink, and that's fine. So yeah, two-tonal autumn peach with pink, and that's fine with the name. Okay, so Ella then, my lovely, you've got 2 openings altogether, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes, 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Two mysteries. Donate a shell, donate 1 shell and keep the other. Of course we can. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? Let me just grab some of this for you and get these open as well. Okay, so let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1. We have quite a nice sharp pop there. And in your first oyster, I can see that you have a runaway blush pink there. Hoping for pinkle, coral, or rose gold. Okay, so your first pearl out is a blush pink. Now we're going to keep this shell for you, just because I can see that the other shell doesn't have the nice skirt around the top here. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So this is the nicer of the two shells. And we'll donate the other one. So if I hold up your blush pink so you can have a closer look. Oh, sorry about that. There is the pink. And then moving on to oyster number 2, you can see what I mean by not having the skirt. It's been broken off. Lobsters trod on him. So we have a softer pop there. And ooh, in here I can see that you have triples. 1, 2, and 3. You have triples. You've got a beautiful sunshine yellow, a lighter autumn peach, and a two-tonal apple green. Ella, let me just dry these up for you. And I'm just going to show you them individually. So you've got a lighter autumn peach, sunshine yellow, and then a two-tonal apple green, where you can see it's lighter and brighter in areas there. Okay, Ella, what do you think to these colours? If you're happy, I'll need to know which 2 colours you'd like on your jewellery. And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Your blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Two-tonal apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Sunshine yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. What do you think to those? Okay, so we'd like to swap the blush pink for a pinkle. Swap the yellow for a rose gold. And swap the green for a coral. Okay, so if you can have a look at all of these colours then for me, just confirm if the colour swaps are correct, and then if so, which 2 would you like on the jewellery? So you've got pinkle, autumn peach, rose gold, and coral. Ignore the 3 bright ones at the bottom. They're the ones we will be swapping out. So if they're correct there, which 2 would you like on the jewellery? Yep, we do have Disney treasures today. I think it took me a moment earlier on to get into the groove in the new place, and obviously the light broke, and we just had a few few teething issues. So the live was slightly delayed earlier, which I think that's what the timing at the moment is a little bit longer than expected. Carol, I hope you're happy with everything. Pinkle and rose gold, Ella, of course you can. So pinkle and rose gold. Perfect. I've got that down for you. Let me bring you back up again. And I'm just going to pop these all in here. So Ella, my lovely, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. I've wrapped up the shell as well for you. Thank you for the donations with the other ones. And that's safe up there. So like I say, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. Okay. And up next is Jennifer Danigold. Jennifer, are you here? Jennifer, you just logged on. Perfect timing. Hello, my lovely. You have 2 openings altogether, Jennifer. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Gold, Lindsay. That's one of our newer colours at the moment. Sea green and gold. I need to move my hair. What can I grab? The wand. Draw on my neck. Oh, there we go. Oh. So my hair started off wavy and curly, and then it just drops into this beautiful frizz. Oh. To mystery and donate, of course you can. Okay, so are there certain colours you're hoping for? There's 1 and 2. So let's go down. Donating the shells, Jennifer, are there certain colours you're hoping for? So we have a softer pop there. And in your first oyster, you are quadding. So if oh, they're all gonna run away. So you've got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. You are quadding, my lovely. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm just gonna have a squidge as well, see if there's any more. There's no more in that one. So we have a gold, a blush pink, a sea green, and I'm quite interested in this colour, so let me just show you. Gold, slightly two-tonal gold there. Sea green. You have a blush pink, and this one, it's like a chocolate bronze, but quite a nice darker bronze. We don't often get the sort of bronze coloured that. We don't often get a dark bronze, but I would say that's got that sort of tone to him. Moving on to oyster number 2, which again is your mystery oyster with a beautiful sharp pop with that one. Ooh, and in here, there's your mother of pearl, and you have a purple at the top there. Let me pop that out and have a squidge in here for you. Okay, and there's no more in that one. Jennifer, what do you think to all of these colours? Let me show you this purple, quite a nice larger sized purple as well. Almost the same colour as the gloves there. Let me pop them in the sun so you can have a closer look. So chocolate bronze, blush pink, sea green, gold and purple. Now if you're happy with these, which ones would you like on the jewellery? And of course if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Your gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Jennifer, what do you think to these, my lovely? Sorry, I'm just drinking my tea before it goes too cold. Swap the purple for a matching sea green. Let me have a look. It may be that because it's that shade, like I was saying earlier, you may have missed it as you said you've just come on, which is absolutely fine. Where's my sea greens here? Nope. Oh, I've put the wrong lid on the wrong pot. Look at me. Oh, here they are. Because it's quite, you've got quite a nice lighter shade of sea green there. It may be, if you can see here, that I may have to swap it off the live just so I can find the correct shade for you. Because looking straight away, oh, hang on, I've got one out. Oh, that's so close. One from the swap pot. So if it's okay with you, I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, bless you. Let me have a look. It's because these ones here are slightly. I mean, that's quite off there. The one from the swap pot I'd say is closer, but it's different in size. So it's definitely closer. It's a different size there. Let me just have a look in this pot as well. Oh, we've gone. Okay, let me show you these ones. Let me show you this. Okay, so these two, they're very, very similar in colour. Let me pop them on the board, but they're different in sizes. If you can see that they're so very similar in colour, just different in sizes there. What do you think to those? The size difference, so your one was a 7.5 and this one, oh, it's measuring a 7.5, but it definitely, if I show you the sand, it definitely visually looks like it's larger. But it's measuring the same. Would you be happy with that one there then? What do you think? That just confirm for me. I'm just going to take the purple, pop it over there. So these are measuring the same size, but visually they do look slightly different. And your one is slightly darker than that one. That perfect. Okay, so let me bring you back up again. Just writing down that we're going to have the greens on there. Okay, so Jennifer, thank you for the donations with your shells. I've got your note there as well, and that's absolutely fine, so that's not a problem. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe over there for you. Okay, so up next then is Star Corley. Star, are you here? Jennifer, you're very welcome. Star Corley, are you here? Again, guys, you may have to comment on your own comment. I know it's annoying, but it's just Facebook still not bringing all comments forward. So if I call you, do your normal comment and then just do a kiss or a dot as a reply to your comment. It will bring it forward. Again, I do apologise, but it will be the fastest way that I can. That will definitely mean that I can see you. I hope that makes sense. And if anyone else can see Star Corley's comment, please comment on that comment, because again it will bring it forward so I can see. Thank you, admin. Okay, so I haven't seen Star. We're going to move on. If she does come, we can add her back in again, but it will be to the end of the order list. Up next is Cara Sean. Cara, are you here?